Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. Lady Penguins have a nice night, and always helps. You get a couple in double figures, and I'm going to tell you this: you shoot 10 of 18 from three, you're going to win.
Yeah, when I wrote that up, George, I thought immediately, shoot good, look good. Shoot bad, look bad is one of the sayings that I've taught younger coaches. They'll say, boy, that team played good. I said, no, they didn't. They didn't play any defense, they didn't rebound, but made every shot. Well, Youngstown women did that. Julie Watkins led with 22 points. Aaliyah Magestro, 19. And Haley Theory had 10. That's three in double figures. 73-56 over Oakland. They're right now 9-12, 4-7 in conference play. Currently, 6th place in the Rise. And you want to try to be playing your best game, ball right now, George, as you go into February.
Here's the thing, though. 10 of 18, okay? That's 55%.
Right.
To beat that from two, you would have to shoot 83. You can't.
No.
You can't. I mean, when they hit 10 of 18 from three, I'm saying anybody wins.
Yeah, and one of the things I had sent to me today, that George brings it up without even knowing, there's no mid-range game at all. No one even bothers to teach it.
They don't practice it.
So if you're shooting 10 for 18 from three, I would keep doing that over and over and over. But I will pick the paper up and see somebody go 1 for 18.
Mm-hmm. And they don't change.
And they don't change. That's the key.
I had that game the other night.
Change.
I would say the other night, the boys' game, they probably shot 22%. Never
at high, right?
Never changed. Come out at halftime, every stinking guy got the ball, went behind the line, and started firing. Not one of them started in close, made three, moved back, made three. They're all back behind that line with nonsense. And as you say, okay, if you're hitting them, you're 10 for 18, shoot 10 more. But guess what? When you're 3 for 18, you better try a plan B, and there is none.
I've seen 17 teams this year play. All. I said all. I'm missing one. All 17 do exactly what you saw one night. When they come out, there's not one person inside that three-point line.
Not one. And it's funny.
Including my grandson.
It's Philly. Damian Lillard starts in there. Now, you would think.
Somebody might copy him.
Now, I'm going to copy. Who am I going to copy? How about I copy Dame and he starts in there? And you know what else, too? They're playing an offense where driving the gap is. They don't attack the gap. They don't have the quickness. They don't have
They can't do it.
No, they don't have the savvy.
Savvy or quickness. They don't have it, I know.
So you're just coming down to launching threes from the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible shot to rebound. Launching's the word. They're not shooting it. I watched them warm up. That's not a shot.
Launching, I like that word.
You know, and then they're running high pick and roll with a 6'7" guy. He never gets a piece of the guy, and it's not because he's fighting through.
Right.
You follow. They don't screen. Uh-huh. So when they do have to screen, it's a brush at best.
Right.
They're not really making that. Mm-hmm. And then the guy with the ball, he's at fault also. He's not running off that screen tight where you're going to have to switch.
That's good coaching right there.
And you know, you watch it, and as you say, you saw 17 teams.
I'll do it.
I don't know how you watch it.
Well, my grandkids are playing, that's why.
I know you wouldn't watch it if you weren't.
No.
I tried
not a chance.
I tried to watch it.
Not a chance.
I said, well, maybe it's me, you know? And I watch about 5 minutes, and it's like, can you top this? Who can shoot from further out? And those bounds generally bounce out, and will start a run out on the other end.
Yep, good old fast break pass.
Yeah, because they bounce out.
Youngstown men fell to Robert Morris, 72-70, 12-9, 7-4 in the conference. A big loss at home. Yeah. You know, in this league, if you want to get a seed in the tournament, you want to make sure that you win your games at home. They lost a big one to Robert Morris.
Yeah, they had started 12-9 is okay in 7-4, but not how they started.
Right.
They started better.
Real good.
And, you know, I looked at that the other night. I happened to scan through the line, and I saw they were only a 2-point favorite at home. So I knew Robert Morris was going to be involved. I didn't think they could win at YSU, though. They did.
That's a good win for Robert Morris.
Yes, it is.
In high school basketball, Noah Bell leads Ursuline with 28 points, takes down Canton Central Catholic. They're 11-3 on the year. One of the best teams in the area. I talked to coaches, said if I name the best team, they always bring up Ursuline. So good luck to them in the tournament. We'll follow the tournament coming up soon. It's already going into February.
Yeah, once February comes,
Yep.
now you're starting to count the weekends.
Yes, and in local news on the football line, Frank Colapretti was hired at Cardinal Mooney. Is going to serve as athletic director. Interesting, he graduated from Mooney in 1992 and was coaching at Worcester for 12 seasons as a head coach. So I'm thinking they're getting a guy that knows what he's doing.
Doesn't it say something that a guy would leave a college job to come coach a high school? It tells you two things. One, I would say he's very qualified.
Right.
And two, they don't pay much at Worcester. That would be my thought with just from looking.
Yeah, and also I'm kind of thinking, I'm reading into this, George, that it says resign, that he might have been told,
Yeah.
I think you should resign because we're getting ready. I don't know if that's true or not.
They're in with Mount Union?
Yeah, I don't know if they're in that league or not. I'm not sure.
Which one's coming to Westminster's league next year?
That's Hiram.
Hiram. Okay, because
Hiram's coming.
if you're in with Mount Union, I'm going to give you a bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure
Okay,
Booster is.
I got you.
Booster has really good basketball teams, by the way. I've
Oh
seen their
yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
In also local news, Struthers lineman Vince Boella going to Robert Morris, a Division I FCS level team. Big kid, 6'4", 305. I know Robert Morris wants to get that size because the guys they're playing against are really good. That's a good league. Congratulations to Vince for his full ride to college. He was probably looking around, hoping to get that, and he finally arrived.
Yeah,
for
you
him.
grab that thing.
Yes.
You don't hesitate.
Full ride.
It's free, people. We understand this idea of the quarterbacks driving Maseratis. That's like the newspapers. He got
Not everybody gets that free ride,
education. Yes. You understand? 4 years from now, his friends will be paying back $400 a month,
Yes.
and he'll be driving around in a big truck because he got the money.
Yeah, even the state schools are their levels going up, and still a much better deal. But it's not. It's still hard to. You got to pay back a lot of money when you go to college.
Yes.
In boxing, Danny Rosenberger, nicknamed Phil Good Hollywood, is going to be boxing a big match in Las Vegas. He's won 13 in a row. The guy he's fighting has 26 wins. This is the way you get your name out there.
No, this is T-Mobile. This is the top.
Yeah.
Like when you fight there, whether it be
George knows boxing really
UFC and I'm going to tell you, I looked. I said 29-4, not bad, but 13 in a row. He's come on to something. I don't know if he's changed management, changed trainers, or what. But when you win 13 fights in a row,
Yes.
I'm going to watch Saturday night.
And it's give him a name. You know,
Sure.
that he's out there and he knows it's a big moment for him.
He said that. He said this opened up a lot of doors.
Yes. Oh, you win. Well, that's what happens, George.
And that sport is so dirty that the fact that he got a fight at the T-Mobile is a big deal.
Gotcha.
Because there was a kid from Butler, Al and I covered him, and he ran afoul of the Duvas. He couldn't get a fight.
It was done then, right?
Couldn't get a fight.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a fight. No, not
Don't run afoul of that big names out there.
No, it's the way they run the sport, you know, and the people who are in there know that.
Right.
You know, you and I, we just observe. The people that are in the sport know you don't run foul of Lou Duva's family. It's that simple. Okay, now let's talk about the Buckeyes because and then we have bigger news with the Buckeyes DC. Yesterday when I was looking at this, I didn't realize it was a go. I knew they were, and I had heard there was some friction between Knowles and Larry Johnson Sr. I don't know how true it was,
Right.
But let's talk about this. You're the no doubt champ. When you go through Tennessee, Oregon, then you go through Texas. I don't care who you beat in the fourth game. It could be Shippensburg.
Right.
You earned it.
Yeah, and he was on the line. He was gone.
Oh, no?
He was gone for sure.
you
Saved his job, saved his family, and the players and anybody associated with him know that. He was getting death threats, getting stuff put in his yard.
Kids had to leave school. Did we hear that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I read everything about it. And what a tough life that is. They do a great job recruiting.
Is it the best?
Them
in Alabama, Georgia,
I
right?
know they're top four.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm going to agree with you.
And that's why the pressure's on him. He knows it. We have learned to know it because just because you're not beating a team does not mean you get fired. But he was going to go by losing to Michigan 4 times. And what a turnaround. Each side of the ball played well.
Let's talk about that for a minute. We watched the game. Big lead, feet up. Next thing you know, I'm texting Al. I said, you wanted a close game, huh, Al?
Yes.
He got it 8 in the ball. But let's say this. This is the key. Had that not been an expanded tournament, they're out and he's fired.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a question.
Not even a thought.
No.
I mean, that's that tournament, this 8 team or 12, excuse me. It's 8.
It's 12. No, it's 12.
It's
But
12
as
now?
you say, they had the first.
Sorry,
Then
so
they
it's
gave
12.
the 4
It was
buys.
8 first, now it's 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they saying the trouble with changing it is it has to be unanimous. So they don't think the ACC and the Big 12 are going to stand for guarantee 3 from the SEC, guarantee 3 from the
Yeah.
Big 10. And that's what's coming if there's 16.
Yeah, with that 12 teamer, when it was 4 team, that's what I was going back to.
Yes.
And they would have been out. Texas would have been out. I mean, there was teams that went all the way to the finals would not have been in there. They had losses, and they were trying to stick Alabama in there badly. We saw in a bowl game.
Now you got me. Now you got me. I'm reading. Steelers have their eye on the Alabama quarterback. Albert, if he can't pass. If you're ever in a situation where Al, you're going to face the firing squad. Say, I want Milroe to shoot because you'll walk away from there. Al, he's a running back at best.
Yes.
And, people don't like to hear that. I've seen him play.
Yeah, I've seen him play a million times.
And how about the guy at the Colts? He's a lookalike.
I know.
47. Now, listen, let me tell you something right now. You're not going to win in the NFL completing 47% of your. I don't care who he runs over in the goal line.
Yeah. Both of them are very similar.
Yes.
If you ask them to throw it 90 yards, they can do it.
But from their knees to the goalpost.
If you ask to throw 10 yards on target.
Oh, where the guy catch, like that Brady pass, where the guy runs full speed and keeps
That's
going.
what Daniels does. It's really good for Washington, by the way. That's why he's
Talk
so good.
about it because that's
why he's
important.
so good. I mean, they talk about that. The run after the catch when you don't slow the guy down. He has to turn back or has to jump up
And
in
even
the air.
the 2 biggest misses, at the goal line for the Ravens, it was catchable, but it sure wasn't where it should have been. It was in a complete other. Now, he should have caught it.
Yeah, should have caught it, right.
But the point is, that's not a question. You get Mahomes or Brady, guess where it is?
Right on. It's right on.
I tell Al a story. A buddy of mine, his friend coached the Dallas Cowboys receivers. And he said he watched every practice for X years. And every ball Aikman threw was between the 8 and the 4. They said they didn't have to move their hands.
Yeah, they said he could have played with Velcro. I read
Yes.
that. It was stuck to him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the kind of quarterback you want. But but Ohio State has lost their defensive coordinator to Penn State. They offered up $3.6 million, which is a heck of a lot for a
he's getting 3.1 or 2. He's getting 9 something for 3.
Defensive coordinator. Think
Albert,
about that.
First, they say that it takes $20 million to keep this train on the track.
No, not even a
Now,
thought.
Knowles goes there. Don't you think if Ohio State offered 3.6, there might be something to the story? There were some interpersonal problems. Why wouldn't he have taken more money? And he's really, Penn State's terrific. We know that, but they're not Ohio State.
No, the other thing I heard, he's from Philadelphia.
Oh.
And he wanted to come. He wanted to come back near
That
home.
changed it. But here's the only thing about that. People who don't know, remember, they'll say, oh, you're in the same state as Philadelphia. I said, yeah, I'm 7 hours away, and I'm 25 minutes from Youngstown.
Big state, yeah.
You know what I mean? The people who don't know think Pittsburgh and Philly, they don't root for each other. They hate each other.
Yeah, they're
yes,
miles apart.
Yeah. Now Ohio State, they've conquered the whole state.
Yeah, they do. They get the whole
That's
state.
different. Like at Pitt, there's some Pitt fans in Western PA. You're Ohio State. If you're in Ohio, you're Ohio State fan.
Yes.
Now, what do you think about Knowles going for that kind of money? 3.1, 3.2. That's assistant, Al.
I'm just kind of used to it now. I told you that. I would have never imagined it before.
Hear what Jerry Jones said today. He hired Schottenheimer, 30-year assistant. We could kick that around later, but my point is this. He was talking. He said, when I was a young man, he said, I didn't want to be a coach because I wanted to have a fancy car. I wanted to have my own plane. He said, with what I'm paying him today, I should have been a coach.
What? Oh, no, that's the truth.
$10 million?
Oh,
20.
yes.
Andy Reid, $20 million. Tomlin, $16 million.
They're all gigantic money. No, Stuff we can't even imagine.
No,
No.
I've never heard of that. But do you think could this? I don't think it'll put them over the hump because their D was already really good.
Yeah.
What do you say?
No, they'll be the same team.
They need receivers.
They could have won it this year if he threw a couple completions down where he should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to get in that portal.
Well, they already have. Southern Cal's receiver.
I saw
No, they
him
got a couple already.
So this shouldn't happen
They got
again.
an upgrade already. Yeah, they're upgraded.
And the backs are back and the quarterbacks back. Those guys are good. Could you see Penn State playing in the Final Four?
Oh, definitely.
They were
already this year. They could definitely be there again.
And as I look back on their Notre Dame game, halftime should not have been 10-3, 10. They should have been 17.
They were the better team and they lost. That's what I saw.
That's
I
interesting.
thought Allen really played poorly that night.
Yeah.
I thought the quarterback really played poorly.
You and I,
he didn't always play
we're
that well.
Missouri guys with Aller. He's going to have to show us. Now, I saw him against Northwestern.
Right.
5 tutties.
In the first couple of playoff games, he played pretty good too. But against that one, he did not.
No, and he was lousy against Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
All right, let's talk NFL. Super Bowl is set. Now, yesterday, I must have nodded off for about 4 minutes because you texted me. I didn't see that spot on Allen. That's the worst spot I've ever seen in my life. I don't care what Jeannie says. I watched that thing. That football was a good half football over the line.
No, I said that. I'm not.
Well, you said after.
I said it's sour
but I
grapes.
didn't see it.
I saw it 3 times.
I watched it on replay. Jeannie said, there's a third of that ball over the line.
Yeah, I have no idea what they were looking at. And it continues to roll Kansas City's way, even though they're really good.
No.
And Mahomes is really good.
You'd be foolish. Once again, you'd be foolish to say they're not terrific. But daggone it.
Well, that call is a big call, though. I mean, you understand, Kansas City's
No, they're
Buffalo
going
has the
in
lead.
a tie.
Buffalo has the lead.
Yeah, they end the ball.
And the ball going
yes.
at their 40.
Yes.
Yeah, that changed the whole game around.
Let me ask you, big stud like that, they're doing this, push all this
Right.
and all. Give him the ball, just let him go with it.
Just running start.
Yes.
Well, he's never been stopped all year with that, and that's why I've done it. And
Do you see those nuts for Washington diving over that power? I said, LeVar is alive and well. That's a LeVar play.
They were flying over that line.
It's just incredible. Now, let's talk about the demolition. There was a demolition at 3 o'clock. First half, okay, they hung around a little bit. Second half, that turned into a scrum.
Yeah, it was a rout. And you can't turn the ball over against a good team. Now, you get away with the bad teams, but when you turn the ball over, you're gonna fall apart. That's what happened. I don't care who you're playing, when you're playing. I just read something about 10 out of the 12 games were decided by turnovers. That's what happens. When you get in the playoffs, you're pretty good.
We talk about point guards in basketball. Someone said they turn them over. I said, yeah, but the further you go, the other team has a point guard.
Yes.
Similar here. You can't turn it over in a semifinal.
Yeah, you turn it over in the semifinals, and you're
How about
going
50?
out.
You didn't expect 50.
No one did. No.
But you know what? We talked a little bit briefly. The third team runner ran tells me what kind of line he's running.
Yeah, I'm the one who told you that. I said,
yeah,
Jordan.
that was the third team.
I know how good Barkley is. Nobody has to tell me how stupid he is.
Yeah.
But the team that Philadelphia has, it totally revolves around their offensive line. No one runs the ball like they do.
No.
I mean, they run the ball for more yards than they pass.
That's like last week. A guy
finals.
called me. He goes, "I like Washington." I said, I know.
Most people did, by the way.
I said, let me just say this to you before you do anything. I said, remember, they gave up 174 yards a game rushing. And my thought was, if they gave 174 to the Giants of the world,
right.
Saquon's getting 2. But how about this? I didn't realize till late that night, he didn't make his rush number.
Oh, I know he didn't.
123
Oh,
was
I know.
one. But he had 2 of like 100.
It was a game script. You get taken out.
Yeah.
When you get taken out of the game, that's how you go. That's how the script changes.
Solid. Would you call Hurts? Would solid be a fair word, or is he better than that?
He has not played good at all.
Okay. How about
yesterday? Was past solid.
Yeah.
Yesterday was great. Yesterday, no. If he plays like that, they're hard to beat. But he had not been. They had lost complete confidence in him. They were running the ball every play. Yesterday, they threw the ball more, and. He really looked sharp yesterday.
Okay, that's what I thought you would say that. But Washington, fabulous year, rookie coach, rookie quarterback. But man, that onslaught yesterday, They were coming
Turn the ball
high
over.
and
That's what I said.
hard.
Turn the ball over. You can't.
Oh,
you can't.
my.
That changes the whole game script.
All right, now I'm going to throw this at you. You have 2 weeks. 1.5 points, favorite. Philly, do you agree with the spot, and do you think it will move?
Is Kansas City still favored?
Philly.
Kansas was.
I think it moved.
Okay,
but
did
in either
change.
case, we can talk about it. You have to win the game.
But if that means that somebody threw a lot of money on Philadelphia, it changed that
It
quick.
wouldn't move.
Because Kansas City was favored by 1.5.
What do you say?
It's a toss-up. That's what I see. Just like it was Buffalo yesterday.
Okay.
Exactly. You have Buffalo, you cry and lose like I did. If you have Kansas City, so I knew this was going to happen.
Comes every year.
Yeah,
that's what they
You
say.
had no idea the referee was going to change that call on the 40-yard line.
No.
But that's what it's going to be in that game. I mean, how could it not be a close game?
Now, that barn burner that they played with Buffalo, let me ask you this. You're Pagula. You own the Bills.
I'm glad you told me who it was. I didn't know who it was.
Oh, I would have told you. I would never stick you out like that. The daughter's a tennis player.
The one you lost on, right?
Well, you have to mention that. But yeah, I'll blame her for wanting to get home for the game last week. She was in Australia and she didn't.
Okay.
I think she wanted to see the game. That's just
Makes
me.
a lot of sense.
It does. You should have told me before that. But no, listen. I'm gonna ask you this. He's got all the money in the world. You know he wants a championship. He built that hockey arena in State College. I mean, he's just loaded. He's a billionaire. He's building a new stadium with a Dallas type, just top over. My question to you would be this: have you seen that movie with the coach enough times? I'm not saying he's not a good coach.
No, I would never.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I would never even think I'll get rid of the coach. Never even think about it. They play hard for me. They play every game.
Okay.
There's certain guys that things go right for and things don't go right for.
Andy Reid is one of them.
No, you understand? I can't tell you why, how, or whatever. 86 drops the ball. I guarantee you somebody from Kansas City catches that ball and I'll say, well, he made a really nice catch. I don't know how it happens. Yeah. Kincaid's thought of, he's caught 1,000 of those.
I just watched that replay.
He's caught 1,000.
Albert, it was in his hand.
No, right in his hand. No, right.
He didn't do
right in his
anything.
hand. Just dropped it. So they said there's nothing you can do. They win the game. If he catches the ball, they win the game. Worst they do is tie. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you go overtime. Yeah. I know one thing. That would have been a field goal, so you couldn't. Because I know if I scored a touchdown, I'm not giving the ball to Mahomes.
No, that's how they win. Yeah.
I'm going for 2. I'm not even going to think about it. The controversy, we have to talk about it because, when it happens once, okay. Or, they give you that, well, you must have had to. Now, I'm telling you, I had the right side, and that was the wrong call.
Well, the ball that the Kansas City guy didn't catch either. I mean, it
hit the ground.
It sure hit the ground. And everybody saw it hit the ground.
Oh.
That's why replay. I hate replay because
let me ask you one more thing.
They don't get it right anyway.
You said that, and I didn't know what you were talking about. I remember when it all started. I said, well, it'll be better. They'll get it right. And you said, yeah, if they get it right.
They don't get it right.
What's he talking about?
I don't think they do get it right.
No. Well, okay, one more thing. Why not a chip in the ball?
I know. I don't understand why.
We can go to Mars.
I don't know what the reason. I like to ask somebody. I don't know what the reason is.
Yeah, we can go to Mars.
I have no idea.
Albert, we can go to Mars.
Yeah.
You understand? Terrible, terrible, terrible. Chip would take care of it. And even the Buffalo, that last catch, as you said, he catches that, 9 out of 10?
Always.
8 out of 10?
For his whole life. This was midget football.
Yeah, or he wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
All right, now, college all-star game this week. Our buddy's an NFL agent. They'll get those guys there, and they'll go down on the field, and they'll talk to them, test them out. The big thing's the combine, where they weigh and measure them like they're cattle. But this is a big deal, too, here. A lot of the early pickers don't. It's going to be interesting because some of the teams that did poorly don't need quarterbacks. You're Jacksonville. You can't get.
I think there'll be a lot of trades.
New England's not getting.
I see a lot of trades,
and
I do see a lot of trades. I think there's going to be a lot.
I'll tell you who I'm not sold on.
A lot of trade backs.
I'll tell you who I'm not sold on. Shador Sanders.
I don't think they are either.
I love Ward.
They aren't either.
I love
I'm a
Ward.
Ward man too, but they're not.
They said he's going to the Raiders. Tom Brady's got his nose in there pretty heavy. They said he's running the whole place.
Really?
The whole place.
Oh my goodness!
He's running everything.
That means that'll be downhill.
Yeah.
That's going down
From Pete Carroll today, I saw him.
It's going down.
His first day at work today. Yeah. They said Brady's running everything.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah, we saw it work with Gottlieb, didn't we?
Yes.
How'd that work, Doug? Unbelievable. Can't say basketball. I watched the game the other night. I must just see every time Bill Self
You told me that.
fools himself. Now remember, they're up 6 with 15 seconds.
Yes.
Not a minute 15.
I know.
So they give up a hoop, which the guy made it. It was ridiculous.
That's the only way you could lose.
All they had to do is throw it in. So who do they throw it to? They throw it to a guy going away from the basketball, so when the guy steals it, he's already behind the line.
Right.
You can fill in the blank.
Yep, you lose in overtime or double overtime, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
But you lose. Yeah, it's just they find ways. The out of bounds plays are really important to work on because all you want to do is get the ball in. You don't have to do anything else. Get the ball in bounds. And,
Ironic. Let me tell you a quick story about that. Young coach calls me. This is 15 years ago. He was just starting out. Had a big game at the Rock. He says, "Any advice last minute?" I said, "Yeah. This is going to sound trite. Can you get the ball in bounds?"
Yeah.
So he's got it under his hoop. Tie game, 14 seconds or so. They knock it away and dunk it at the other end at the buzzer.
Gotta get the ball in bounds.
I said, it sounds so simple. You have to get the ball in bounds. Now, here's one. Shira, the Duke, the young kid, used to play there. Playing the other day, the guy says to him, "You went zone." He said, "You've never played zone ever," which already I'm upset. Couldn't handle the pick and roll. But the bottom line is, so he says to Cooper Flagg, who's beside him, he said, "You ever play zone?" He said, "Never."
Never.
Now, don't get me wrong. You're a man-to-man coach too.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you can't stop something,
Yeah, they're not going to. That's the way it's written, and it's written in stone. We're going to play man.
win any way you can.
And he did. He played him in zone with that. He said, "How long did you practice?" We practiced 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes of practice and played zone, and it worked.
Our buddy Joey did that once in a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Sometimes
You
you
ever-
just got to get lucky
you
like
have to
that.
get lucky.
But these guys who play AAU,
Yeah.
they play nothing but man, and they don't play really hard, but they play man.
Okay, I'm going to give you the floor on this one because I know you've spoken to his father. The Danny Hurley meltdown. I am the best coach in the country. Don't turn your back on me.
Yeah, his egos went out of control. First, he has mental problems.
It appears so.
So anytime there's adversity, he wilts. He falters to the nth degree. And Connecticut's had a little bit of adversity this year. So when he is backed in a corner, his way out, as his dad was the same way, is to be bully.
Yeah, bully.
Let's bully my way out.
Let's bully the writers.
Yeah, and tell
let's
him,
bully the announcers.
You don't know how good a coach I am. I'm the best coach there is.
And the ref, let's give him credit. They're supposed to walk away
Right.
because he should have been teed. Let's be honest.
Out of the game.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can't call it on me. Why not? Because I'm the best coach in the game. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God. And then talk about an ego. Guess what happened 3 nights later? Sean put the kibosh on him.
loved it.
Xavier
I loved
Gardner.
it.
I have to say I was rooting for Xavier.
loved it.
Cavs staggering a little bit lately, but off to a hot
They
start.
couldn't keep that up.
No,
No.
that's right. And they can score a million
They
points,
can't
by
keep
the
that
way.
up. Yeah,
they can score a million
I
points.
don't think any team in the NBA could keep doing that through a whole season. I really
Okay,
don't.
you agree now that the NBA, NFL's over. People will watch a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
No,
but
I'm not one of them.
Now the Joker is making another one of those MVP runs.
He's not beating out
SGA.
yeah,
Shane
SGA.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's got it.
You
He's
think
got
that's
it.
it?
Oh, yeah. He's
Okay,
got
our
it.
final minute. Good news. Dick Vitale, after 90,000 surgeries, and he's now cancer-free. He's going to resume broadcasting in February. I'm
Yes.
not a fan of his broadcasting,
Right.
but I'm a fan of him being alive.
Yeah, that's great. But he's happened twice before too. So let's just hope this one lasts a long, long time because he is an old timer. This is like he's 60.
in his 80s.
He's in his 80s.
Hey,
so
Pennsylvania voted down the shot clock.
glad.
They want to give
For
the
us.
coaches a little bit of a chance.
I like us.
I mean,
they said expenses, correct?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk.